love your shoes.
Thank you. Where did I get these? I think I got them at Nordstrom Rack.
Of course.
I know. I love a sale. But what were we talking about before we got on the pod? Just upgrading our stuff.
Yes, I am fine. Is that a Labubu?
Yeah.
It's just like staring at me in the
That
face.
is so funny. Yes, I forgot to tell you. My friend Taryn, she got me a Labubu.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so funny. I know. I was going to get us one a long time ago, and I just couldn't pick it up in time because they only give you, so you order it online, and then you have to pick it up at the store within a day.
What?
Yes. And when I was going to get it, I think I had a wedding the next day, so I just couldn't go pick it up. And I was so annoyed because I was actually I was able to get one.
Well, you can't order them online? They can't come in the mail?
I guess
That's
not. Yeah, I
crazy.
know. I thought the same thing. I was like, you're giving me one day, at least two business days. Come on now.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy because I was going to get us one, but I have, there's another, version or not another version, another set from Pop Mart that I really love. They're called Crybabies and they're so cute. So I'm going to get us some of those.
Okay. Yeah. That's cute.
I was like, I feel like that's more like our aesthetic and also just sensitive crybabies. They're really cute.
Okay.
It's perfect. But yeah, Labubu. My first Labubu. Someone gifted it to me.
So cute.
I know.
It's just right in my a sight line.
Yes.
So I was like, what?
What is that little monster?
Staring at me.
I know. So funny. I haven't really seen a lot of people in Dallas carry them.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really been out though.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I guess that's true. Same, I guess. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. But what were we saying?
I was talking about updating my at-home office space.
Yes.
I've never really had a office space or just a designated workspace.
Yeah.
Ian has a huge desk.
Yeah, his space is nice.
It's massive. So sometimes I work there, but again, it doesn't really feel like mine. It's not
you want your own space.
Yeah. And I've got by this far by going to coffee shops if I feel like the living room isn't cutting it.
Yeah.
But I've been really, really wanting a walking pad just because it's just so hot right now. Even when I try and go on walks,
yes,
I don't like showering 3 times a day.
I know.
So I'm really excited to have a walking pad, a standing desk, and my own little space.
Yes, I love it.
And I can't wait to decorate it.
I know. That's going to be so exciting. Yeah, I was talking about how I needed to update my laptop because in Apple terms, it's vintage. And I think I got it in 2019, which I guess that is kind of old, but I can't really do anything besides surf the web on it.
Yeah.
Because Lightroom just takes way, way too long. And the difference between my desktop and my laptop is night and day. My desktop is so fast and on Lightroom, and my laptop, it's just I don't even try anymore because I get so impatient of how long things take. Even just getting to the next photo takes way too long. It's just not fun editing on there. So just decided I don't edit on the laptop and I can only edit on my desktop. Which my desktop, I have a Mac Studio and then with just an external screen on it.
Okay.
So
that's what I was gonna. Ian keeps telling me that I need to do that, and I think that's what we're gonna do.
Yes, no, you should. I got mine refurbished, so it was way cheaper, and I got it on the Mac or the Apple website. Okay. And if you scroll all the way down, they have refurbished, and it's a lot cheaper to get.
There's a store in Richardson, I think, that has a bunch of refurbished Mac stuff.
Oh, no way. Okay.
A bunch of just different it's a computer and gaming store.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It'd be good to check those out just to compare the pricing because I think mine would have been $1,000 more if I got it brand new, but it is brand new and it's checked by Apple. It's just, I don't know, refurbished by them. So yeah, I got a really good deal on it and it's so much faster than my than my laptop. It's crazy.
I feel like we just don't realize
yes
how slow things work because
until
we're just used to it.
Yeah, until you do it on something else and you're like, oh my gosh, like it is so much faster. But speaking of offices, me and Avery have always tried to have like different offices. So when we first moved in together, we were in a 1-bedroom apartment, like probably like 600 square feet, like tiny apartment. And we made our living room into like an office living room type of situation. And his desk was on the side of mine. So we have always had 2 desks. And then we moved into a 2-bedroom house and we turned one of the bedrooms into an office. And again, it was like he had his corner, I had my corner. So we've always had like, because it's just too much. But now that we live in a 3-bedroom house, we have our own offices, which is really nice because it was getting really annoying being right next to him. And his aesthetic is way not mine.
Yeah.
He's just like, whatever, I don't care. Like he'll do whatever. And I'm like, I need it to look pretty. And so, I've always had to like have my own little space. So I'm glad you're getting yours finally.
Yeah. I mean, our apartment, it's technically a 1-bedroom, but it feels like a studio. The 1 bedroom is the smallest room. Like our queen bed doesn't even fit. We have to put it sideways. So that's how much of a shoebox I'm living in.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure our square feet is like 475 square feet.
No way.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It seems a little bit bigger than that.
It's literally,
not.
Our bedroom is very tiny, and then kitchen and bathroom is all in one like space, and then living room, dining room, office, like all.
Yeah.
It's
well, it seems like a nice size. Like it doesn't seem.
Yeah, it's just 2 of us until we get a dog.
I know. Tell us about that. Miranda has been wanting
a dog for years, but this year specifically, once we got married, I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to grow our family a little bit. And Ian has been hard no on the dog since we don't have a yard.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, okay, we can get a tiny dog.
Yes.
And that doesn't need a yard.
Yes.
And I want to go on walks with it like twice a day. And I want a little companion, especially like I work from home every day. Ian's gone majority of the day. And so he said after we're done traveling this fall, we can start looking for a puppy.
That's going to be so exciting.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. I want to see all the photos and everything. I love dogs.
I know.
I love dogs.
I love them too. And I think I felt like I had family dogs. And so I never felt the need to have like my own dog. Yeah. But one of my family dogs just passed away, and I'm just feeling like I need to fill that void.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I can't believe y'all don't have a dog. I just because I've always had dogs since like living alone, basically. I'm just like, I don't know what I would do. Even though, I mean, they annoy me, but kids would annoy me too.
Right,
so it's like, whatever. It is nice to have someone that always like looks forward to like seeing you. Like my dogs like almost run over Miranda when she comes over. It's so cute. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just love them. And my dogs are pretty big dogs. So I can't wait to see you get a little teeny tiny pup.
Yeah, and we dog sit all the time for like, we have like 3 friends that we just periodically dog sit for throughout the year. And one of my favorite dogs, I cry a lot, you know, I'm a sensitive gangster. And every time I cry, she comes and like just sits with me. And I need that.
Yes. I know. Especially a small dog. You can just like put it anywhere. And they're just so soft and cute. Ugh, I love it. I cannot wait to see what you get.
I know. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. So many new things happening this year.
I know. And my birthday's coming up and I'm going to be 30. And I just feel like everything's changing and I feel great about it.
Yeah.
Where normally when things change, I feel kind of anxious about it. Now I'm like, I'm ready.
No, you're like ready. Yeah. Ready. I know. I can't believe New York is coming up soon.
You know.
Like so soon. Time is going by so fast. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm ready.
I'm so ready.
I'm ready to have a little coffee in New York City.
I know. But I'm trying to still be present. It's
Yeah, of
still
course.
August. I'm still living in my summer era,
Yeah.
romanticizing everything.
Of course.
But just looking forward to the fall.
Yes. And I know, me too. And just I've been seeing like a lot of fall clothes, and I'm just like, ooh, I can't wait to see what I do with that. And I've just been like wanting to like thrift too. I'm just like, oh, I'm just like wanting to thrift so much. But okay, well, is there anything new? Anything else? There's really nothing new on my end.
Really?
Yeah, nothing. Literally, I'm like, same thing from last week. Like nothing.
Well, on my way here, I was listening to a couple of podcasts, and two like big ideas kind of sparked my mind that I thought we could chat about. So the first one was this idea of a marketing sprint. And so the concept is you would do a marketing sprint if you are trying to attract a certain client in like a short amount of time. It's not very sustainable, so that's why it's called a sprint.
Yeah.
But I think they've definitely worked for me in my experience. And this podcast was just talking about how for 30 to 60 days, and it's really good to do it like in a booking period. So
yeah, of course.
I feel like August to like October, you get a lot of inquiries for the spring, and then like the springtime you get a lot of inquiries for the fall or whatever. So right now, and I feel like I've been getting more inquiries than usual, so I'm like, okay, this will be the perfect time for a marketing sprint.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
I'm gonna have to
basically
hop on that.
It's just
I'm like, I'm influenced already.
basically you just take 30 to 60 days to really just push on Instagram, and that's why I feel like people say it's not sustainable, even though I feel like I kind of post every day on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of crazy that way, and not everyone is that crazy. But so it's encouraged to post at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
And you're really just cycling through like 10% of your work that's like your most aligned portfolio.
Yeah.
And something that was really interesting that they were talking about is using your inquiries to as a filter for what you're going to market. So this was crazy. Okay. They were talking about if you gather like all the information on your inquiry form, like a referral, if a friend of theirs like was a past client of yours or a planner, to recycle content from that wedding.
Okay.
So you're posting so that like as they're scrolling, you're top of mind because they keep seeing your work.
Yes.
Same thing with like a planner that you want to work with. Say you got an inquiry from a client and they have a planner that you really want to work with or that you worked with before, you can repost and like tag them as collaborators so they're seeing your work.
I've done this before.
Yes.
I haven't done it in a really long time, but anytime I would get an inquiry, if it's like at a venue I've worked at, I'm posting about that venue. If it's like like a certain planner or a certain vendor that they're like have booked already, like I'm posting about it. Or if they like say something in their inquiry where it's like, oh, I love editorial photos, guess what I'm posting? Editorial photos. Like it really is that simple. I haven't done it in a long time because I've been off my marketing game. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know why I'm like, so I don't know, just not on it. But yeah, I used to do that all the time and it always worked.
It's genius because even though like people aren't following you, like if like a potential client is looking at all these photographers, they're probably not going to follow them, but they're still searching them up. They're still looking at what they're doing.
Yes.
And so, and Instagram knows that. So like you're in their algorithm now. So if you keep posting, even if they're not following you, they're still going to see your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it's aligned with like exactly what they want, like what they inquired about, it's perfect. It's like a little hack.
Yes.
And so
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. It's I can't believe I forgot that I used to do that, and that is a really good tip. I'm glad you reminded me of that because I used to do that all the time. Even like people won't follow you, but they'll keep up.
Yes.
They'll keep up. They'll watch stories. They'll do this and that. And stories is a really good way too. If you're like not wanting to post too much on your like feed, then you can just do it on your stories. Like, oh, this venue they like inquired about, so I'm going to post more about this venue. Just to, like you said, keep top of mind and be like, oh, she's posting a lot. So it's like subconscious where they're like, oh, we're seeing a lot of her work. Like we're falling in love with her, things like that. So that is genius. I forgot that I used to do that.
Yes. And then the last part of the marketing sprint is to just after you post, spend 15 minutes just interacting with other vendors that you want to work with.
Yes.
So it's so simple. And it's just a little sprint to do.
Yeah. Like a little challenge. No, I love that. I'll have to do that. Are you going to try to do it too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I already started.
Yeah. And something that I am working with alongside of that is, that podcast episode that we had about storytelling?
Mm-hmm.
So we have like the transcript from that.
Yes.
And so I'm just going to put that in the chat GPT, tell him or her. I always call Chad him. I swear I don't call it Henry, guys. I'm not. Have you seen?
No.
Have you seen Kendra?
Yes.
Yeah, I swear.
Psychiatrist falling in love with the
I
client.
swear I'm not a Kendra.
Oh my gosh, I know. She has like 3 different AIs.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't even know. I'm like trying not even to keep up with that.
Me too.
I'm like,
it stresses me out.
So weird. We're not on that level and never will be. So.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to put the transcript into chat, tell it who I am, which speaker I am, and then help me come up with like caption ideas.
Yes.
Because I realized like.
And you could also have it look back at all your posts too.
Yeah. Yes, I've done that before. I realized that because we have this podcast and I'm yapping for an hour, I feel like I get all of my energy out and then I forget to like say those same things on Instagram for like my clients to hear.
Yeah.
And I forget that like my potential clients aren't listening to this podcast. They're not hearing about my storytelling.
Yes.
So it's a nice little way to just like reuse
and just
that
like
content.
reminding yourself and always like having that as part of. I have like a doc where I write down everything that I think my brand is, and so I always have like points of like this is what it is. And anytime like I get inspiration or ideas about like my brand, I put it in that document. So I always have like a running document of like if anything in my brand is changing or if I want to reword things, anything like that. I always have like a brand document to always like look back on. So I think that's like something that I think everyone should do. It's like just have like a doc where you like put down what you think your brand is and like what kind of clients you're trying to attract. So you can always look back at it and be like, oh, I do have stuff to talk about.
Right.
Because that's like one thing people are always like, I don't have anything to talk about. And I'm like, no, you do.
You do. Even if you wanted to use chat, like we use the podcast to like talk about how we do things in our business, like how we storytell. If you wanted to use chat and just talk to it and say, or you could even just do like a voice note on your phone and just talk about why you do, what you love to do, what sets you apart, and then use that transcript and put it in the chat and say, help me come up with captions.
Yeah.
It's just so easy.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Yeah, that's a little marketing sprint that I love it.
Do. Yes. Okay. That gives me some ideas too. Maybe that's what I need to get back on it. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't been marketing. It's so unlike me. It really is.
Well, maybe the next thing I'm going to talk about.
Am I going to get called out?
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I need it. I need some tough love.
It might help. So
I'm thinking of getting like a coach or something because I just like need someone to put me in my place.
I found a new podcast that I'm obsessed with.
Okay.
I honestly forget her name. Let me
my gosh. And then I just sent you like a new YouTuber that I thought we would love. Haven't listened to a single thing. Don't know what her name is, but I'm like, I feel like we're going to love her.
Okay. That's the same way I feel about this girl.
Layla, go lay down. Go.
The podcast is called Business for Aligned Women.
Oh, okay.
And she's this chic Australian girl.
Ooh.
And She just did 2 podcast episodes talking about her energetic reset that
Okay.
grew her business to 80K months.
Oh.
Okay? She did a part 1 and a part 2.
Holy shit.
And I listened to both of them. They're really short, and they're just like, she just cuts to the point. This is what she did, and
I love it. Unlike us, we're
Yeah.
like chit-chat about TikTok.
But she does a lot of, like, TVM work as well.
Go lay down.
And she was just basically talking about how this was genius. You know how people talk about, like, a leaky gut?
Yes.
She was talking about her energy was leaky.
Yes,
Like,
I've heard that a lot.
Yes. And this resonated with me so hard because I feel like I have been saying I have all these energetic boundaries and I don't stick to them. And she was talking literally about how she just needed a reset.
When did you listen to this podcast? Today?
Yeah, 20 minutes ago.
No way. Okay. I love it.
So it's fresh
Like
on my
fresh.
mind.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
And so, yeah, she basically had to do a hard energetic reset of her boundaries and changed her life by doing that, like 80K months. And she was used to like 20 to 50K months. She's never made an 80K month before.
Just so inspiring.
Yeah. And so it's so like expansive. And she was just talking about how literally she has hard energetic boundary that she's not going to let people walk over anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for me, I say all these things that I'm going to have all these like strict routines.
Yeah.
But I feel like energetically, I still let not people walk all over me, but I'm a people pleaser in that way.
Yes,
where I will give to appease other people's emotions.
Yes.
And so
I know. Same.
Yeah. And so I've literally like, I've just been having this like intuitive feeling, maybe ever since we went to the psychic fair, that I needed to do some work around that.
Mm-hmm.
And I started with a hard boundary of not going on my phone after 8.
Ooh, okay.
And I've been doing that for like a couple of days. And already, like, I just feel like things have been moving energetically for me.
Ooh, okay. I love that. What were some, could you give us like an example of like what were some of hers?
Yes. Okay. So she uses this app called App Block.
Okay.
And I downloaded it and I'm going to use it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have a story about that in a second.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You've used it?
No, but something similar.
Oh, okay. She just has hard boundaries on her phone, like really hard. And I've been saying for years. And then I was feeling so overwhelmed by all these hobbies that we were having.
I know.
Because I didn't have time to do any of them. And I was like, I literally spend 4 hours on TikTok every day. Like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And so I just feel like saying that I have these boundaries, but then not sticking to them, it literally just tells the universe, you're not really serious about what you want. And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a big wake up call for me. And then like with that as a very simple but strict night routine.
Ooh, okay.
Which I don't love like a 10-step routine that I can't follow every day, but it's just literally
just like simple things.
Simple. Turn all your blue lights off, put red lights on, use candlelight after 7 p.m. And then take magnesium before you go to bed. Put your phone away at 8 p.m. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. My night routine is really like on TikTok and what I've been calling it's like closing shift. I just kind of like tidy up my workspace, tidy up like, my living room and everything. And then I start doing like the magnesium and then the light and then like reading a book, blah, blah, blah. But I don't do that every night. So I'm like, I really need to make it into a routine. But with like the app blocker, I forgot to mention this because I just got it. So I didn't really think I needed to talk about it. But since you brought it up, I listen to a lot of podcasts too. So it's so funny that, we all know this. I'm so influenced by everyone and everything. Yeah. And, I just get info from everyone and everything. But I listened to What We Said, and JC on there was talking about how she has an app blocker, but the one she got is called a brick, and you order it online and it's just like a little square 2x2 magnet. And I think she said she puts it on her fridge, and that's where I have mine too. But you basically The only way, so the brick is supposed to like block any apps that you want. So what I have is like Instagram and TikTok blocked. And so what you would do is you would go up to your fridge, tap the brick, and it'll lock you out.
Mm.
And so you can't unlock those apps until you go back and unlock it. So you can go basically like go to your office and have your TikTok and Instagram blocked, so you can't get on it until you have to get up and go to your fridge. And you can do the same thing like at night. So let's say like at 8 p.m. you're like, I'm done. I cannot be on the internet. Like I need to break my phone. So you would go up to your fridge, go lay in bed, and you can't unblock them until the morning time where you get up and you have to like unblock it. So it's a really, really cool like just like system, because it's like you can't like override it unless you go up to your like wherever it is to unblock it.
That's nice. Yeah.
Because even like on the on the, you know how Apple has like the app blocker, but you can just like override it, like leave me alone for 15 minutes.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
And so I tried once and it was just like it didn't not work. But this one, like I think yesterday I spent like 5 hours without getting on TikTok and Instagram.
Wow.
And it's crazy how many times too that you like go on there and it's like, nope, you've been bricked. Like you can't get on there. It's like blocked. And I'm like, oh, yep, you're right. And so I like have to set it down. So it's been like a really good app. I mean, I've only used it for like 4 days maybe, but it's like really, really good for the mental. And just like because sometimes I feel like I don't even want to get on, but it's like a habit.
It's such a habit.
Like you get on your phone, you forget what you're doing. Or like sometimes I'll get on Facebook for a certain reason. Like maybe I want to go like marketplace, or like I want to check something out. And then I end up just scrolling on Facebook. I never do that. Like, why am I on there? So you almost like forget what you're doing on these apps. If there is a certain reason, then you just get, hooked in to doom scrolling.
I mean, they're designed to keep you on it, so it makes sense. But I've just been feeling like icky, just like in my body, just like the amount of time that I'm spending. And
well, and just like being like, I don't have time for it, but I do.
Yeah.
That's like how I feel icky about it, where it's like, yeah, I have these hobbies and all these creative things I want to do, but then I don't have time. And I'm like, I have time.
Exactly.
But it's because it's like I'm spending it on things that don't really matter, and I'm consuming more than creating, and that's like not good for creatives. So yeah, I feel you on the ickiness.
Yeah. With that, I bought a Sudoku book off Amazon. It's
Stop.
a really cute one.
Yes.
And now I'm obsessed. Because I used to do Sudoku like when I was a kid.
Oh, no way. Avery loves it.
I love
he's
it.
good at it. I'm not very good at it.
I feel like
some brain
I'm
games.
like slaying them, but then I realize it says very easy.
That's so funny.
So when I get to the hard, who knows?
Well, I almost bought one like a long time ago, because on the challenge, which is just like a competition show, sometimes they'll have Sudoku as like their challenges, but they're like really hard Sudokus. And so I almost bought one, but I was like, I'm not gonna get on the challenge. I don't need to do this. But what I've been doing actually is working on my cursive.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm trying to do. So that's like a little brain kind of like getting off my phone type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's good for you. Good for you. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need to do some like times tables or something. That's what I really need to do. Not Sudoku.
That's funny. Times tables.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, Sudoku.
Yeah.
Wait, what got you into doing that? Or like why'd you
Well,
order it?
I just wanted to change my morning habits from scrolling to
okay. Yes.
something that was like off my phone. And I'm like really into reading now. So like reading has replaced my TV consumption, I feel like.
Okay.
But still nothing was replacing my scrolling habit.
Okay.
And so I've been trying to work in things that are really fun for me that just aren't on the phone. And so Sudoku was one of those things. And I just found like a really, really pretty one on Amazon.
Oh, I love it.
It's on my bedside table and it looks like a coffee book.
Yeah, me and Avery used to do a lot of crosswords. Like we would do a crossword like every night for like honestly like a few months. We need to get back into that. And that was so fun. if you have an iPad, or even you can do it on your phone, New York Times has all their archives in the app, and it's so fun to go through. And it's so funny because we could only get through Mondays, because it's like Mondays are the easiest and Sundays are the hardest. So we would have to like go through the archives and only do Mondays, because it's like, it's so hard, these crosswords. It's crazy. So we would have to like work up to like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but we never got past Wednesdays.
We used to do that too. We would do that in bed before we went to sleep. And
Yeah,
we would
same.
like time each other who could get it fastest.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, we would work together. But because I don't think we could both do, well, he could probably figure it out. We could probably both figure it out, but it would just be fun and easier just to like work off each other, because some of them were like pop culture and all this stuff, and then some of it was like history and math, and you know,
Mhm.
he's like better at that stuff. So yeah, crosswords are really fun. I forgot about that. I need to get back to doing
Yeah.
that, because those are fun instead of like watching TV or TikTok.
Yeah. And so
It's like very grandma-esque things to do.
Yes. And like the past couple episodes, we've just been talking about how inspired we are to do all these hobbies.
Yeah.
And I felt extreme overwhelmed the other day, where, I mean, it was thick in my luteal phase, and so I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But I was like crying to Ian. I was like, I have all of these things that I want to do, and I feel overwhelmed. I don't have the time. And he was like, make a list. So I made a list of, I just brain dumped every little thing, every home project,
Yeah.
everything
Everything you want to do.
everything I want to buy to like better my life.
Mhm.
And then I organized them into like work and personal life, and I put them in priority of like when to do them. And so now when I have free time, I go to my list and I'm like, okay, now I can start on this hobby. And now I can start on that.
That's so fun.
And
Okay.
it's taken away the overwhelm for me for sure.
Yeah.
Which I always forget that making a list will do that.
Just writing things down
Yeah.
will change your life.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but it's so freaking true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the other day I saw a TikTok where now, I don't know if, yeah, I guess it's a trend where now girls are like doing like curriculums for their life. So like their
What?
fall curriculum.
Stop.
I know.
I love
It's
that.
so cute. It is everything. I'm like, genius, because it's like the act of like putting everything down, writing your goals down. And I love it because you know how we're always like, look back at your goals. Like it's already like halfway through the year. Look back at your goals. What were you thinking in January? What's changing? Blah, blah, blah. I feel like we've been really good at that this year. But if you haven't been, I love that this is like a fall New Year's Eve-esque like goal setting, where it's like you're not doing it at the beginning of the year. You're
Mhm.
doing it now because you have time to do it now.
It's
You
like a
don't have to wait.
semester.
Yes, exactly. You don't have to wait until the new year to start
Yeah.
anything. You can start whenever. And so now they're doing their fall curriculum,
I love
even
that.
though it's not school. It's just like about their life. So there's this girl that like broke it up into like personal relationships, business, and all of these different goals. And so her curriculum is like based on that. And I thought that was genius. I was like, what a cute way to just like do like goal set
Yes.
instead of like doing like just like girl boss, like goal setting. This is like your fall curriculum.
I love that. It's devotion, not discipline.
Yes.
It also just like helps so much to break everything down into small pieces and realize that you just have to focus on the next small piece.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know that small piece is getting you towards your goal.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, what do I do to like help me reach my goals today? It's so overwhelming if you do it that way.
Yeah, and also just like realizing that like little small steps will help you reach that goal, because sometimes I feel like it doesn't seem like anything's helping,
Mhm.
but like you'll look back and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, every single tiny step that I took, there was a reason for that, and that it's for this big goal that I had. Because in the moment it seems like, well, I'm doing one Instagram post, like what's that going to help? But like when you accumulate all that,
Yeah.
for like the next like 5 months, it's a lot. Like it's a lot. So always like remember that those small little steps really do help you out too.
Yeah, it's the 18-month rule.
Yeah.
Like what you're doing now is going to affect you 18 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I know. Oh my
you
gosh.
could do nothing or you could do something.
Oh, I'm getting called out. No, I am. Oh my gosh, that's so true. I know I need to get better at my routines. I feel like I've been saying that all year, but you know. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
We learn, we grow.
sometimes
We're not perfect.
Well, sometimes you're trying to learn one lesson and you keep hearing different modalities of how to do it, and then it just takes that one modality to click, and sometimes you just haven't heard the modality yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And sometimes you're just not ready for
Exactly,
it too,
yeah.
is what I've learned as well. It's like, I'm just not ready for the change yet because I'm still learning something else or like
Yeah.
something else is happening in my life. You know, there's so many other things that kind of like stop the progress. But I hope this kind of inspires you to, you know, we're always learning, we're always growing, and we're,
Yeah.
you know, we're not perfect. Because, you know,
Absolutely
it might
not.
seem like that online where you're like seeing photographers just thrive and just be better every single day. And it's like, no,
You don't know what
not
they're
us.
doing behind the scenes either. So
No, that's so true. Oh my gosh. I'm like trying to think if there was anything else that I was going to talk about. I don't think so. No. So we can talk about pricing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about pricing. But I wanted to like talk about pricing on the podcast, but not in a way that I feel like everyone else talks about pricing, where it's like, this is the pricing calculator and you have to do this, or it's like a step by step. This is the right way to price. This is the wrong way to price, because I feel like it's different for every single person.
Yes.
But we just kind of want to talk about our experience with pricing and how we have raised our prices to maybe help be expanders for other people who feel like they are just in a pricing rut.
Yeah, this is our messy in-betweens.
Yes.
I mean, I still feel pretty messy. Like, I'm learning every single day about like new markets and new pricing and what to do next. And yeah, it's all kind of.
It's always growing.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice to reflect on where you've come from, and maybe our experience can help other people if they're in like the same situation. So do you want to talk about just our journey from where we first started to how we're pricing now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, start off and I'll just kind of interject.
Okay. Well, let's talk about weddings for me first, because I also have a family business. But my first ever wedding, I was asked by my college roommate, and she said, "Listen, we have about $300 in the budget." I said, $300?
Heck yeah.
I'm rich. I said, yes, I'll do that. Did I even have my own camera? No, I borrowed mine from my boss.
Love it.
But I shot that wedding for $300, and I was like, okay, I got the first one under my belt. And then I graduated from college, came home. The second wedding that I ever did, I just was like, okay, they want me to shoot their wedding. $1,500 sounds like a good number to me. I was like, that sounds like a lot to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like people could afford that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, $1,500.
Yep.
For like 12 or 10 hours, I think I did. And so I shot my second wedding for $1,500. And that was glorious. And to me, $1,500 was just like so much.
Oh,
it was so much.
So much money. I think my first wedding was like, I think $900 to $1,000. I can't quite remember, but yeah, same thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I cannot believe that, you know, this is possible.
Yes. And then I feel like 2022 was the first year that I did weddings full time. And during that time, I was in like a business coaching program. And so I was structuring my packages to where my average booking for the first year full time was like $1,500 to like $2,000. And I thought I was just making bank. And if you do that for every weekend, like triple header weekends, it's really easy to hit like 6-figure a year that way. And so I just thought like that was just the way it had to be. And like that was how you made money.
Yeah.
And of course I was shooting all these very like weddings that I didn't really want to be shooting. The clients were great, but really I was the planner, I was the photographer, I was doing everything, and it was just a lot. And so it kind of put me off of weddings for a little bit. And I said, ew, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
I should just only do elopements because
Oh, okay,
elopements, there's no pressure. And so then I kind of did a year where I exclusively only did like travel elopements.
Ooh, yeah.
And so I was sitting out about, I felt like $500 an hour for elopements was like a good price that I felt like people were booking me at. And I wanted to travel to all these places, so I would just be like, I'll take my own travel fees, like I'll travel for free. And so I was sitting roughly around like again $1,500 to $2,000. And then after I traveled for a year, I was like, okay, now I'm burnt out at traveling.
Yes.
And I was like, I just want to stay in my own backyard and just do good work. But then I was like, how am I going to make more money? And so then I got trapped into the loop of thinking that I had to add on all these different packages or add-ons to my packages to make more money. Because then this was kind of around, for 2024, I was sitting around like $600 an hour. Because that's how I was doing my family sessions. So I thought if I'm charging $600 an hour for a family session, I'll just do the same thing for weddings. And that was my thought process for that. But then I was still like having to add on all this stuff that I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
To try and make more money. And so I kind of got sick of that.
Yeah. We'll talk about sorry to interrupt. I'm like,
no, go
interviewer. Talk about like the add-ons, because I think that's really important too, that there's a lot of like coaches and a lot of people that will tell you, which is good. Like if you want to add these things on, it's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it's like you don't even want to do the add-ons and you just do it because someone else is telling you to do it, which is how their business like grew and is like, financially stable. But sometimes it's just not what you want to do. So kind of talk about some of the add-ons that you did, because it's probably, I have the same experience probably. So,
well, when I first was like, how do I make more money? And I had a business coach at the time that was saying, you need to just add on all these different things. Literally, I can remember the first time that I made like $8,000 for a wedding. I was literally doing video.
Stop. Video?
I was doing photo and video.
I did not know you did video.
Yes, I did video for like 4 weddings and I hated it.
Oh, yeah. What the heck, Miranda?
So I was like, because I got like caught up in the, everyone's wanting to book like photo and video together like as a like husband and wife team. And like, I'm single, like I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Not fun.
Tell me why I was literally just switching photo to video on my camera.
Gosh.
And I would make my second shooter take a photo of an important moment because I had to get a video of it. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's too much.
So video, no, scratch that. And then I was also doing albums and print boxes and just like physical products that I realized I hated doing.
Yeah. Hated it.
Which is fine. Like I should have outsourced that. But then I just realized like, you know what? I don't have to provide that if I don't want to. And then I was doing like bridal sessions, and I was doing engagement sessions, and I was doing film add-ons. I was doing second photographer, just like adding things on to make the total sum more. When that was just too exhausting because I hated doing half of that. And then also I feel like it was very overwhelming for my clients to shop my price list.
Yeah.
And so, and back then I was doing like packages, like 3 different packages.
Yes.
Which they were all customizing anyways. And so then I was like, you know what? Something switched in my brain where I was like, I can just offer my photo services because that's what I'm best at.
Yeah.
And it's valuable.
Yeah. When I was going to say like for the packages too, I feel like it's so trial and error because
Mhm.
you'll figure out what you do and don't like. And it kind of sucks that way that you have to figure it out that way. But it's also like, okay, yeah, I'm never doing that again. Or like maybe I'll do that when I have a team or like more help or whatever. Because I kind of was like in the same way where I was like trying to do packages and have albums and USBs and all of this stuff just to make that package look more enticing, I guess. And I just didn't like doing any of that. It like had nothing to do with my brand. And so it just like felt off. But it sucks because it's like it's trial and error and you'll
Right.
figure out. Even now I'm still learning of like what my ideal clients want from a package. And so it's just like, okay, figuring out like, do people even want a USB? Like, do people even want an album from me? What is my brand? Like, is my brand like preserving these moments into this amazing album? Then yeah, maybe you should do an album. But it is a lot of trial and error of like trying to figure out what your ideal client wants. And nobody can tell you that because you have
You
your
have
own
to
ideal
figure it
client
out,
and you have to
yeah.
figure out like what you like and what you want to offer based on your brand. And so, yeah, I think that's like really important to talk about too, because that took a lot of trial and error from my end as well.
Mhm. Same. It's a lot of experimenting. It's a lot of changing up your prices and your packages and
Yeah, for a moment there, I was constantly changing my price
Uh-huh.
or like not my pricing, but like packages.
Yeah.
Like I was just constantly doing it. And sometimes that can be bad just because it's like from person to person. I felt like I was changing it way too much. And then it gets overwhelming because you're like, what did this person add on? What did this person
Right.
do? Like it's just, yeah.
And then if
So,
you book them for 18 months in the future, and then by that point you're not doing those services anymore, you forget, "Oh, yeah, they booked me a long time ago." The last video I did, I was like, "Damn, they booked me a year and a half ago when I was offering this.
yes.
I don't even have Premiere Pro anymore." So I had to outsource the video to
Yes.
someone else.
Yeah, exactly. So that is kind of a learning lesson too that I hope that you get from this is like maybe don't change your pricing or packages too much.
Or don't add so many services on just to make money.
Yeah.
Figure out if you actually like doing that service first.
Yeah.
Do some for free, and then if you're like, "Actually, I love doing this," then you can add it into your workflow and your services. But for me, I just thought I had to add on everything that everyone else was doing because that was how I was gonna make more money,
Mhm.
which was a very limiting belief in the fact that I was basically telling myself that me and my work and my actual photos, the service I'm providing, isn't worth as much as someone else.
Yeah.
And so I had to get over that and realize that the service that they're coming to me for is photography. The service they're coming for me for is to tell their story and to be this type of presence on the wedding day. And once I realized that's what was valuable, I started structuring my pricing in a way where I was like, okay, this is my base price for 8 hours of this. And just telling the planners and the clients that I'm working with that, like, for 8 hours, a second shooter and film is already included. It's not an
Mhm.
add-on. That's just every time I'm gonna show up, and that's just what's included because those are the main things that I'll always have in my workflow, so I don't need to add that on. It's just, like, that is the value of that. And then how I've how I then make more money is adding on extra hours of coverage. So, a lot of times that's like rehearsal dinner or welcome party,
Mhm.
or if they do want an engagement session or if they do want a bridal session. But it's not like I don't have the structure anymore where it's like, this is a menu, choose what you want. I
Yeah.
kinda just, like, get the understanding of what they're needing, and then I create a custom package for
Yeah.
them. And so that's how there's still not, like, a ceiling of how much money you can make because you can always add on more coverage, but that is the basis of the service that I'm providing is
Yeah.
coverage,
And
photo
that
coverage.
works for Miranda.
Yes.
And it's just like some people's brands may not be like that.
Mhm.
Like some people, especially like I'm always thinking of like parents, like maybe they don't want to do rehearsal dinner coverage because they don't want to be like, out shooting because they want to be with their kids on a Friday night. And so I'm just thinking of like, you can do other things and not what Miranda's doing too. So I don't want you guys to like get stuck on like, oh, Miranda's
No.
doing this. So it's like, oh, that must work for
No.
everyone. It's like the reason we're talking about this is because we've come to this realization of like trial and error because it works for us personally. And so, yeah, I just wanted to kind of like make
I'm
that
trying
clear.
to say that every stage of my business, I was doing something differently that worked for me then. And then I grew to a point where that no longer worked for me anymore. And so I'm just wanting to say that you can always be increasing your prices, and it doesn't have to meet this formula in order to do it. Because I feel like a lot of times we can feel stuck.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're trying to explain our personal experiences of how we have raised our prices, because the way one person is doing something doesn't mean that's how you have to do it.
And that's our whole brand too. It's
That's
just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. And just because we're doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. And I think, again, this all goes back to your brand because Miranda's brand is very like photo focused. Like you're getting your wedding documented, and the way that Miranda can tell a story is by being at the rehearsal dinner, by being at the welcome party, by being all day at their wedding, doing the things that they're going to do after the wedding. So that's like very on brand for her. But then there's some people that might just be like, you know, their brand is like preserving the memories in an album and like really having that heirloom moment with your kids and like all of this stuff. And like, since we don't have kids, that's not really something that we think of or like is a part of our brand. And so maybe your brand is more like heirloom focused and you're like wanting to like sell prints and do all this stuff to make more money. And that's how you can do that. So there's so many ways that you're like, if you're feeling like your brand doesn't make sense with what you're giving, really try to think of like, okay, what is my brand and what is it that I want to sell for my brand and what makes sense for me and what do I have time for and what are people wanting? Like, why are people coming to me and buying my package instead of someone else's? So I just wanted to make that clear because, you know, it's just like, if I were to have listened to you talk about that, I'd be like, I'm changing my prices right now. I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, let me make sure I'm doing rehearsal dinner coverage and all that stuff. And I mean, our businesses are a little the same. So I'm basically doing exactly what you're doing. But yeah, I just like, I think in the past, I would have listened to that and been like, oh, maybe I need to change things. But I think really it all comes down to your brand and like what package makes or packages, it doesn't have to just be one, what makes sense for your brand. Because I was also thinking about this the other day because I'm kind of restructuring my packages too, where I no longer want to be the only photographer. I always want to have a second photographer there. And I don't want to focus on how many rolls of film that I'm shooting. I just want to shoot film. And whether that's 10 or 1, like I'm gonna do whatever I want in my artistic way. And so I don't want that to be like an add-on or like I just want it to be already included in the package that they're booking because that is my standard and that's what I want to do. And something else that I've been thinking about is like, I don't want to be there for 6 hours. I want to be there all day. And if that's an elopement and you only need me for 6 hours, okay, then yeah, I'll only be there for 6 hours, but I don't want to have a time limit on the amount of time that I'm shooting a wedding. And so that's like something that I'm like thinking of changing because of like the past like few weddings that I've been at. Like, I just wish I was there longer, or like, I wish I had time to do this, or like, you know, my brand is changing a little bit in that way. So it's like, that's the service that I want to provide. And I think that's like a little bit different than anybody else is doing it too, because it's my brand. Okay, sorry, we're back. My dogs had to interrupt. All right, so what were we saying?
So basically, you're saying that you're structuring your business around like full day service, which sometimes isn't quantified in the amount of hours, where I feel like my business is structured around the quantity of hours. And so it really goes to show like you can structure your business however you want. But I just feel like, yeah, we can get caught up in like being in one market and seeing that everyone is doing this and that's how they're structuring their pricing, and you're doing a lot of like competitive like analysis and you're like, oh, this is what they're doing, so I have to do this, and that's not the case. Doesn't have to be the case.
Yeah, no, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And just make it work for you and make it work for your business. Just because someone else is doing it, again, does not mean you have to do it.
Yeah. And so just to kind of like recap like my pricing journey. So like I started at $300 and now for 2025 the average booking for me is around 10,000 and that is with added coverage of like rehearsal dinner or you know an engagement session kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So and then for my family business, I started out doing just mini sessions.
Oh, yeah.
And so that would be like around like $150. And then I feel like for the family realm of things or any kind of like portrait based session, I feel like you do really get into like the competitive analysis of like seeing what your competitors are charging and then you're kind of like, okay, maybe I can sit around that too.
Yeah.
And so I
or you
felt
want to do less.
yeah.
I feel like I always wanted to do like a little bit less than what
Yeah,
other
yeah,
people were
yeah.
doing just because, I was just very just like I can't charge that much.
Right. And so after doing like a lot of mini sessions, I was like, okay, I feel like everyone at my level is kind of charging $350. So then I sat at $350 for a while. And then I just slowly started like increasing my prices. Like maybe every third booking I would increase it like $15. And so then after like a year after that, I was consistently charging like $400 for family sessions. And then I realized that the $400 budget for people wasn't my ideal client. And it wasn't the type of clients who wanted me to come to their home and like photograph them in home in their amazing house. And so then I kind of had to jump my prices up a lot to reach a different market. And so I felt like the $600 range really attracted those clients that had really cool vintage historic homes. I could come in and do a session with them. And I still price it that way because I feel like that's what makes sense. And so I wanted to say that pricing can also be a brand marketing strategy for you because you can look and see if like your pricing is a brand alignment because if you're pricing outside of a market that you want to be in, those clients are not going to be attracted to you. So it's also can be one of those things where you can look around and see what market the market price is, and if your price doesn't align, then it's probably not going to attract those kinds of clients. So that's kind of what I had to do with my family sessions, and that's also what I had to do with my weddings as well.
Yeah, well, and I think just to jump on that, I think experience has a lot to do with that as well.
Yeah.
Because I think the more experience you have, the better you feel about like charging a little bit more too. So
The
it's like
confidence.
it all works together.
It does.
Because if you have more experience, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to be charging $100 for a session because I have so much experience. I know what I'm doing. I don't even have to like look at my settings anymore or like do anything like that. It's just kind of like I have so much experience that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be charging a little bit more than the average because I have so much knowledge and I'm like delivering a product that I think is worth that much too. So it is really important. It's so crazy how everything, like, it's not just like your brand, it's not just the pricing and like how much you're making. It's also about like your experience, like how long have you been doing this, and like are you always like leveling up your photography experience as well. So it really is all of the things.
Yeah. And so with that, like a couple of things to look at when you are wanting to raise your prices, like when you should raise your price or yeah, when you're feeling like that, oh, I need to raise my prices. You could be like overbooked and you just want to work less. Like maybe you don't want to be out here doing 4 sessions a week, you know? And so if everyone is consistently booking your highest package and you are overbooked, that is a sign to say, okay, I can raise them a little bit so that I can work less. Or like we said, if you're using your pricing as a marketing strategy and a brand identity and you realize that the clients are over here and you're over here and you need to like what's it called, a brand gap? What do we call it? The gap?
Like the opposite of a gap, or you
No,
need to
I thought we had a word for it in our branding episode. The gap. You gotta close the gap.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just close. Yeah. Okay.
And then also something that really helped me with raising my prices was just experimenting.
Yeah.
Like I said, experimenting with packages, also experimenting with pricing and realizing that it is a risk, but sometimes that risk pays off.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, the first time that I ever booked that $8,000 wedding, yes, I was experimenting with video, okay? And we realized that that didn't really work out for me. But I was also experimenting with higher prices. And I said, okay, if this person books, then that's great. If they don't, that's okay too. And they did end up booking, but I realized that like it just takes your subconscious like one time to to see something, to realize it's possible. And so once you start charging more and people book it, you realize, okay, that is possible.
Yeah.
And it kind of changes things around for you. And another example for me, the first time I booked something for $10,000, it was a very low stake gamble for me. It was actually the New York wedding that we keep talking about, because at the time I was done traveling. I said, I don't want to go to New York to shoot a wedding. And I said, okay, this is a great time to experiment. These are going to be my new prices. And if they pay that on top of all my travel fees and they are willing to do that, then I'll book that and I'll go. They don't, no worries, because I don't want to go to New York anyways. Well, they ended up booking it. So amazing. Now I see that I can charge $10,000 for that. And so that is kind of like the stepping stones that I've taken, and it's just been like kind of risk reward.
Well, it's also been slow. I feel like a lot of people want to get to like that level now, and they just started doing weddings, but like always look at it as like, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Yes.
That's always something that I've been like, anytime I see anything where I'm like, I want that so bad, I never see it as jealousy. I always see it like, if they can do it, I can too.
So
Guys,
true.
if we can do it, anybody can do it. And it's not easy, but you can get there. And it all comes with experience, time, experimenting, all of the things that we just talked about. Like, it was never like an easy process. It's still not easy at all. It's still so hard to like figure out like, what market am I in? How much to charge? Like, what are my competitors charging right now? It's easy to get stuck in that game, but always follow like your gut instinct and like what you want your brand to be and what you want your packages to be, because that'll always lead you to where you want to go. But yeah, try not to go too fast either. Yes.
Try not to jump 3 steps. Like, just jump to the next step.
Yes.
And jump to the next step. And then eventually you'll get to the 3rd step.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Oh my gosh, no, that was so good. My experience with pricing is kind of the same as yours. So I was like, I don't really even need to talk about it. Like, it was really all the same. It's just like experimenting with packages, not having packages, having one big package, having only add-ons, like doing custom proposals. Like, I have done everything under the sun, and I think all of that knowledge though has led me to where I am today too, where it's just like, I kind of know what to do, what not to do with things.
Because it's all data that you're collecting. And then you can see, okay, based on everything that I've done, this is what works best for me in my business.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's so good. And I think that's everything that I had too. Just like tips of like, if you're consistently booking, then that probably means that you should charge a little bit more. But even if you are consistently booking and you're happy with that, then keep it at that. Like, you don't have to. Then you don't have to change anything. Like, if you want it to work for like that, like, especially more so with like sessions, just because like they're not like a year out. I think it's like good to be consistent if you're wanting to like do that consistently for like the next year. But then maybe look at next year and be like, okay, can I raise my prices a little bit just to like, maybe work less, or maybe just make more? Like, if you want to be consistent and making more, then just raise your prices a little bit. I think that happened to me when I was doing Lubbock seniors, like Texas Tech seniors, and shooting graduates, because it was just like I was consistently booking at like maybe like $400. I had 2 packages. It was like a $400 package and a $700 package. And most people were booking my $700 package. And I was like, then why do I have a $400 package? Like,
Right.
I might as well just have one package and just make double.
Yeah.
And so that's like something I realized too, where I was like consistently booking that one package and not a lot of people were booking the other one. So I was like, let's just get rid of this one and just do one package. And if you want to book me, you book me. If you don't, then sorry, you can
That's
book
how
someone
my
else.
family sessions are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like kind of like what made me realize. I was like, well, then let me just not have a $400 package, because ultimately what I realized too is that everyone was getting the same experience. Everyone was getting the same like amount of photos, because I would just like was overshooting. I would like, my $400 package was probably like an hour. I was probably going like an hour and a half. And so everyone was getting the same experience. So I was like, well, why am I doing this $400?
Yeah.
Like, I might as well make more.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I learned throughout, doing all the senior sessions, where I was just like, what am I doing here? So it's
Yeah.
just, again, it's just experimenting and just like knowing what's going on behind the scenes too.
Also, you don't have to always be raising your prices. Like, to go along with that, I feel so good and comfortable at my $600 family session. I've
Mhm.
been doing that for like a year or two, and I don't really have the desire to raise my prices.
Yeah.
And that goes along with like, if I did raise my prices, they'd have to be like around like the $1,200 mark. And I feel like most people that are paying $1,200 for family sessions is not my client. Like, that's not the vibe that I want to shoot. Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to do super editorial like photos. And so,
Or even like prints. I feel like those
yeah,
higher prices are like, you're like doing in-person sales and you're
yeah.
like doing like framing and all that stuff.
So it's like, it sits really well with me in my business, and I feel
Mhm.
great. So you don't always have to be like trying to increase your prices.
Yeah.
But if you aren't happy, know that you can.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's always true with us. Doing whatever you want. But no, that was so good. Thanks for sharing all that, Miranda.
Yeah,
That
of
was
course.
that was so good. I love all the insight on that, because sometimes we all need that reminder.
Yeah. And
of
just
what-
know that like you're not alone, and like
Yeah.
we've literally all been there.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to see what will work. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do with my packaging? Am I gonna do 3 packages? Am I gonna do 2? Am I gonna do 1? Like, how am I gonna structure everything? So I'll keep you on the loop with that, because I'm about to start changing it for this next booking season, I guess, and
Cool.
see if it's working. If it's not working, am I booking? Am I not booking?
Yeah.
Especially with this marketing sprint, I'm excited
Yeah.
to maybe start that and see if the pricing kind of goes along with that and see if it's working. And so that's going to be, I guess, my experiment for you guys, and y'all can see the behind the scenes of that.
Hell
Because I've
yeah.
never actually talked about like switching my packages like on like a public forum, or
Yeah.
like, yeah, I've just always just done it myself, and behind the scenes, like no
Right.
one knows about it.
Yeah.
Because I also don't have coworkers, so
Yeah.
I'm like, who am I going to talk about? So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, and then if Miranda does her marketing sprint too, we can maybe just like keep an eye on what's happening, like if we're getting
Mhm.
inquiries, if we're not, like what posts are getting more likes, more engagement. I think that would be fun to do an episode on that. And then our next episode will be our book club, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't read
Yes.
it, well, get started.
Get started. What book are we reading? Think.
What book are we reading, Miranda?
Think. Think slow, talk faster? No. Think talk faster? Wait. Talk better?
I think it's
Think
think
slow,
fast,
think
think faster, talk smarter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now you have me second guessing what it actually is.
Think fast, talk smarter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Think faster, talk smarter. Okay, yeah. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. So get that book if you haven't read it, but if not, then we'll be recapping it next week on Friday. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening to us
Thank you
chit
so
chat and talk
much.
about our pricing and everything. But yeah, we love you guys, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye.